McCauley. I'm going to pray it off. I'm in Syracuse, New York. And you know, so many times we hear to pray unceasingly, to, go to the Stations of the Cross, to pray the Rosary. And I've been finding that my best prayers lately have been conversations with God, where I talk and actually shut up and try to listen. And prayer should be joyous. It should not be, like one of the group members found a new exercise routine, and I'm going to do a little blurb on it because she loves it. She looks forward to doing it, and she didn't look forward to the treadmill. And that's kind of like prayer. You have to look forward to wanting to do it. And one of the things I've also found is when I'm on my exercise bike and I increase the intensity, 5 miles is a lot. And it seems to take, it takes over 40 minutes if you're really going at a high intensity. But when I pray and I talk to God, it just goes so much faster. And it's such a good prayer experience. So I wanted to do 5 ways we can pray with our bodies. And it's something that we've never really talked about here at Pray It Off, is integrating our spiritual and physical selves to have a richer prayer life. And prayer connects us to our life source. It consoles us. It reorders our priority. It gives us a sense of meaning. And one of the things about loving ourselves is praying for ourselves. And caring, God cares enough about our minutia. He wants to hear about everything. He wants to hear about everything. And so, if you're having trouble praying, maybe you need to change your approach. If you're having trouble losing weight, maybe you need to change what you're doing. So let's change our approach to prayer. Jesus offered himself to the world as our food. This is my body, given for you. And we can locate Christ in our body, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity. We are human and divine because part of God lives within each of us. So we need to integrate our spiritual and physical selves. So one of the things is stretching. How hard is stretching? And stretching feels good. Every exercise class I go to at the gym, we start with stretching and we end with stretching. And if you say, I really don't know how to stretch, you take your arm and you go, you just start moving your body. And I've done packets on stretching. You can Google stretching. All you have to really do is start moving your body in a good manner and pray at the same time. You give thanksgiving for our bodies. Thank you, Jesus. I might be a little chunky, but I'm grateful for this body. It's gotten me here today. Our bodies are sacred. They're holy, and we need to treat them that way. And here's another one. It's going to be spring before we know it. And how about gardening with faith? Give me a good stretch of dirt that I can dig in. I love it. I love planting flowers. I love flower pots. I just love gardening. There's people in this room that are in garden clubs. Raise your hand if you're in a garden club. A lot. Pray, how beautiful. You listen for the birds singing. You say, Lord, the beauty of the earth. You look at the sky. You breathe the air. It's a beautiful way to pray. And you also remove what is old and dead to make room for new growth. It's the same with our bodies. It's the same with our habits. We need to clear the brush out of our souls and go forward. We're creating life when we plant seeds, when we plant flowers. We're taking something that God has created, putting it in earth and watching it grow. It's a beautiful thing. And also prayer walking. I talked about being on the bike and talking to God, walking and talking to God. It's a beautiful thing. You just say, hey, God, this is on my mind. to somebody at work and it really breaks my heart and I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. And what do you have to say about that, God? And you listen and see if he speaks to your heart. And also, there's another form of prayer called divine seeing, where you take a holy card or a holy picture, or many of us are Catholic and have, you should see my house. I have what I call my sanctuary, and in there I have, and they're very valuable. I probably shouldn't have this on the blog, but I doubt if anyone's going to break into my house to steal my sacred heart of Jesus and my immaculate heart of Mary. And they're beautiful. And in that sanctuary, I have an image, and it's called the Return from Calvary. And the other day, I just sat there, and I don't do this, but I sat there and I looked at it. And on the hillside, you can see the 3 crosses. And in the forefront is the Blessed Virgin and Mary Magdalene and is John, I think, right? And they're walking, and Mary is distraught. And this image, it's huge. And it's from the 1800s, and it just spoke to me. I just sat there looking at it, and I thought about Mary, and I thought about how hard it was for her to witness what she did, but she did anyway. And I thought about the sacrifice of Christ, and it just really spoke to me. And it puts my own weight loss journey down a few pegs. It's important, my health is important, but what's really important is my spiritual life and being close to God. And at the same time, there's the Lectio Divina, I think I'm saying it right, where you see a scene from the Bible, and you can do the same thing with the image. There was a ton of other people in this image. I could have pretended I was there. What would I think if I witnessed the crucifixion? And that's one of the reasons why I love that show, Chosen. Bob and I can't stop talking about it. Because it makes like they watched when the net was so full of fish, and Peter, they're looking at it like, how can this be? It's just really, really a good show. So when we integrate our body and soul, there's joy there, because we're not worried about the minutia of the things that sometimes get in our brains, and we think about how can I get closer to God. So give a real thought to praying with your body. And when you